Hi, it's Tessa with HipOver50.com. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm so glad you're here. So, today I'm going to talk about getting UK citizenship. What does it take? What are the three main paths? I get asked this question a lot on my website, and because people want to know, they're excited about the idea of perhaps living here full time, and can they do it? So I'm going to tell you, first of all, what is UK citizenship? Well, it just means that you have the right to live, work, play, study, whatever you want in the United Kingdom without any restriction on time. And the United Kingdom is composed of England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. So the three main paths. The first one is if you were born here. Now, I know that may seem like a slam dunk, but it's not always the case. If you were born here prior to 1983, as I was, pretty much you're guaranteed citizenship status. There are a few weird exemptions, like if your father happened to be a foreign diplomat at the time or an enemy alien in occupation. But in other words, it's pretty much guaranteed that you are going to be a citizen if you were born here prior to 1983. If you were born here after 1982, then it depends on your parents' immigration status and their legal ability to be here full time. So that is something you can only check out on the gov.uk site. I couldn't even begin to go into all the nitty gritty on that score, but definitely go to the gov.uk site. The links will be in the description box below and find out if you qualify, if you were born after 1982. So the second main path to getting citizenship here is through family, of course. You can apply for a family visa. Let's say you have a family member over here that has British citizenship or a settlement status through the EU. You can apply for a family visa. And you could be a spouse, you could be a civil partner, or just a family member. And that will give you the right to be here for up to 5 years on that visa. At the end of 5 years, and you want to stay on, you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. The other way to get a family visa type thing is through a marriage visa. So let's say you are the spouse or the fiance or the civil partner of a British citizen. You can apply for a marriage visa. Now that's different than just getting married in the UK. That's a marriage visa for living in the UK full time. So again, that visa allows you to be here for up to 5 years. And by the way, if you're in a civil partnership, you will have to prove that you've been in this committed relationship for at least 2 years. So the marriage visa gives you the right to live here for 5 years. And then again, you can apply for indefinite leave to remain once those 5 years are up. The third way in the family genre is through something called an Ancestry Visa. Now, unfortunately, this is just for folks that are living in Commonwealth countries, like British Commonwealth countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, for example. So if you're living in a Commonwealth country, let's say you live in Canada, and your grandparent was born in the UK, the Channel Islands, or even the Isle of Man, you can apply for British citizenship on their birth record. And again, that allows you to be here for 5 years, at which point you would need to apply for indefinite leave to remain once those 5 years are up. And that is pretty much it in the family genre. The third main path to citizenship here is through work or study visas, which I think a lot of folks are interested in. So a work visa can be received from either a UK employer or maybe your US employer, for example, has business in the UK and they want you over here. They can set you up with a visa. However, if you're looking on your own, there's a great list of desired professions that the UK is looking to fill on the gov.uk site. For example, the film industry here is mega. I mean, in a couple of years, they're estimating there'll be more film production facilities here than there is in Hollywood or California. So that is one place you can go and look on the gov.uk site and see if your profession is listed there. And again, that will give you the right to be here for up to 5 years on that visa. At that point, you would then need to apply for indefinite leave to remain. A study visa is a little different. You can only get a 5-year visa if you are studying at graduate level. Now, let's say you're only able to get a 2-year study visa. Well, then you'd have to piggyback another visa onto that to try to remain here for up to 5 years. Because at 5 years, if you're here legally for 5 years, then you're eligible to apply for that indefinite leave to remain. what is indefinite leave to remain anyway? Well, it basically is giving you citizenship. It's allowing you to become a naturalized UK citizen. And that is what you need in order to get a British passport. You need to be a naturalized citizen. So the Ancestry Visa is one way to do it, worker study visas, family visas. I mean, there's many different ways that you can come to the UK and live here full time. Unfortunately, there's no longer a retirement visa. So if you're retired, then you may have to, look at a family visa. I do say come over here for up to 6 months. They do allow you to live here for up to 6 months, not with the intention of being here full time, but just you are allowed to come to the country, live here for 6 months, see what life is like, see if it's for you. See what kind of connections you can make. See if this is going to be somewhere that you want to live full time. And then go back and figure out how to make it work. So I hope this was helpful. I know it can be a little tricky getting citizenship here, and I know that the best place to source out all of your options is on gov.uk. Go there, have a look around, browse around, and then come back and post any questions or comments in the comments box below. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.